This is Amir Sepidari, class of 2004. I also had the distinct privilege of working with this residency for nearly 12 years in my role as chair at the Community Teaching Hospital and former associate program director. I've had the honor of training nearly 100 of our graduates and keep in touch with many throughout the country in their various academic and private practice careers.
Hi, I'm Ali Sepidari, UIC class of 2009. I want to take a few moments to tell you about my experience as a resident at UIC, which will hopefully help you with your decision. Toward the end of my residency at UIC, I decided that I wanted to pursue a fellowship in neuroradiology. I matched into a 2-year fellowship at Mass General for neuroradiology, and from there I decided that I wanted to pursue an academic career and went on to a faculty position at UCLA. I was at UCLA for 6.5 years, and at that point I decided that I wanted to transition to a private practice environment, and so now I'm in San Diego at Scripps Clinics and Hospitals.
Hi everyone, my name is Antonella Lostumbo. I am an alumnus of the UIC Radiology Residency program. A little bit about me, I am from Chicago. I've never really left Chicago. I did my undergrad at Northwestern in Evanston, and then I went to med school at UIC. I did a transitional year at McNeil Hospital in Berwyn, which is a western suburb of Chicago. Then I went back to UIC for my radiology residency, and during that time I was the chief resident during my 3rd and 4th years. And then I did a fellowship year at Northwestern in MR predominant body and MSK imaging. After fellowship, I took a full-time job at a private practice hospital in the western suburbs of Chicago. And then I also took a part-time job at the Jesse Brown VA Hospital, which is right across the street from UIC. After about 6 months, a full-time job opened at the VA, and I transferred over there, and I've been there ever since. So it's been about 6 years. It's been a long road, and here I am today.
Hi, my name is Ed. I'm a proud 2015 graduate of UIC Radiology Residency, and I'm so happy to be invited to share some of my great experience. I was a student also at UIC, graduating in 2010, so really UIC is my radiology home, and I owe it a lot to my career and where I stand now. After residency, I completed a 1-year body imaging fellowship at Stanford and then joined the faculty. So I am an attending body radiologist at Stanford and also an assistant program director of our residency.
Hi, my name is Julie Baumel. Just taking a few minutes here to say some words about my experience at University of Illinois. So I went to University of Illinois for medical school, and I stayed on, did my medical internship there, and then continued on to do my radiology residency there.
I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what makes our residency so special and what it's meant for me, and why I think you should strongly consider us. University of Illinois is a medium to large sized residency with the unique advantage of having relatively few fellows compared to our size and our amazing tertiary care pathology. This allows our residents to have a one-on-one experience with our attendings on par with fellowship experiences in the same rotation. The advantage that this gives you cannot be overstated.
As well. Given that UIC doesn't really have fellows other than IR, I felt really prepared starting out my fellowship in reading the MR cases because I had so much experience when I was a resident in reading those cases. Also, today I read all sorts of imaging. I read MR, CT, body, MSK, neuro, and reading the neuro imaging as a resident, all those complex cases in MR and CT really made me prepared for today. And reading all of my cases, I feel very confident and comfortable reading a lot of neuroimaging and not even having a fellowship in neuro.
Aside from the interventional radiology section, I don't believe there's any fellows. So you are not competing for cases, and you really get that one-on-one instruction and readout with the attendings every day. So I enjoyed that. I think being a resident-run program helped build my confidence.
You get the academic experience working at UIC. UIC is a transplant center, so you get to see all the imaging related to liver and renal transplant, for example. In IR, they do a lot of oncologic treatment, such as chemoembolization, radioembolization. And you get to learn that when you rotate, and you also get to read all of the post-procedural imaging, such as MR and CT.
The fact that it's a university setting without a lot of fellows is really, I think, very good for the training. For example, in a lot of universities, a lot of the interesting cases are going to be taken away by fellows, but at U of I, you get a really good experience where day one, coming in, you've been handed very complex situations and you're really part of the team. From the beginning, it's really helped me to become a well-trained individual.
One of the great advantages of UIC is that it's a really nice mix of the complex university based medicine, and so you get difficult cases, including transplantation.
During your third year, you also get to rotate through Lurie Children's Hospital, which is one of the best hospitals in the country for pediatric care. And you get to see a wide variety of complex cases there. And so that was a great experience as well.
Our attendings are fantastic, dedicated, funny, smart, intelligent. There's nothing you can't do from our residency. If you want to pursue an academic career at the highest levels, we have plenty of alumni in the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest who have done this. If you instead choose to go to the private practice world, you will be wildly successful from this residency.
I've never had an experience in my career thus far where I reached out to someone from the University of Illinois, either directly, still at the residency, someone in charge, or anyone from the alumni network, and not had them bend over backwards to help me. It really has been like that.
UIC faculty are great teachers, and you get a diversity of different styles, but everybody is really dedicated to teaching. And what I appreciate now more than ever is how approachable all those faculty members are. When you train at a place like UIC, what you'll find is you get support and teaching from day one, but as you mature, you are glad to have a little bit of room and independence so that you can make mistakes and gain confidence. So when you are done with your 4 years, you are ready to be a great general radiologist or springboard to even more training in a subspecialty.
I've been able to lean on the UIC Alumni Network and everybody at UIC over my career so far.
Going into fellowship, our residents feel comfortable in a wide variety of areas. They impress wildly in fellowship. I've had fellowship directors contact me in the past and ask if I have any more residents similar to one or more residents that we'd sent there in the past because of how much they impressed. In a similar vein, we've had residents report back to us, or I should say alumni report back to us about their private practice experiences, some of which have even told us that their partnership tracks were accelerated because of how ahead they were out of the gate compared to expectations.
It's really helped me to become a well-trained individual. I also find that our residents have some of the best reviews when they go out to the community and start working, because they are so ready to go because of their training at U of I. And for me personally, I was very interested in doing an MRI fellowship, and I did not want to leave the Midwest. There were only a handful of fellowships available to me, and I got the exact one I wanted at the University of Wisconsin with the help of everyone from the UIC department. I've been able to lean on the UIC Alumni Network and everybody at UIC over my career so far.
I think one thing that speaks to the excellent training that we get at UIC, and also the camaraderie between the residents, is the fact that I followed one of my senior residents, Michael Yang, to Stanford for fellowship, and we're still in touch, and we see each other every year out here at Stanford. And following that, Andy Schoen and AJ Mariano, who were in classes below me, came out and did fellowship, and I actually got to train them as a junior attending, and then they joined the faculty. So it's really cool to have a bunch of us UIC guys still colleagues and friends out here. In fact, a handful of us who were UIC residents and came out to Stanford for fellowship, we meet once or twice a year and reminisce about the old days, even though we've kind of gone our separate ways, and some of us are still in academics, some of us have gone into private practice, some of us has gone into teleradiology. So wherever you might end up, I think UIC would be a great start.
Overall, I've had a wonderful career. It's been everything that I really could have hoped for it to be. The goals that I've set for myself, I've been able to achieve them, and the experiences I've wanted to have, I've been able to have them. And I think I owe a lot of that to the training and the experience that I had at UIC. More than anything, I think that in a residency, you learn about radiology, but you also learn about how to be a radiologist and how to be a doctor. And the lessons I learned about how to conduct myself as a professional and how to really work as a team to get the tasks of the day done, those lessons really came from my residency at UIC more than from any other place. And I think those lessons have really served me well and have contributed a lot to my success over that time. So I know that you're going to have a range of options available to you, but you really can't go wrong with UIC, and I think that if it's where you end up, you really will be well suited to accomplish whatever it is that you wish to do. Thanks and good luck to you.
So, congratulations on choosing medical imaging and radiology. It's the best decision you've ever made in your life. I promise you that. And regardless of where you choose, please know that our field is small. Everyone is separated by about 2 degrees, and I hope to be able to meet some of you one day. Feel free to contact me with any questions, and take care. Best wishes. Be safe.